Everybody throws around the word spammy and Blox Fruits when they lose in PvP, but when you ask them what it really means, they can't explain it. They'll say stuff like, oh, that fruit is spam, that move is brain dead, there's no skill, but when you ask them why, there's no real answer. So today, we're breaking down what actually makes a fruit spammy. Is it the cooldowns, hitbox, damage, combos, or are people just calling anything spam when they lose? By the end of the video, you'll know the difference between a spam fruit or a fruit that just beats you fairly. So let's start off with the biggest argument I see everywhere. Short cooldowns equals spam. And I get why people think this, you know, if somebody can throw their moves really fast at you, it just feels like spam. But cooldowns alone don't create spam. Think about it like this. We have two fruits, right? Let's say the Kitsune and the rocket fruit. Kitsune's C move has a 15-second cooldown on it. Everybody universally sees that as a spammy move. However, Rocket's C move has a 14-second cooldown. Are we then going to say Rocket's C move is spammy? I don't think so. And the reason why I think it's not is because what matters is what happens when the move is used. If a move is easy to dodge, highly punishable, and completely combo dependent, then faster cooldowns just means more opportunities, not spam. Now, this is where we get into the real difference between combo fruits and spam fruits. Some fruits need combos to do damage. Something like the spring fruit or some other type of fruit, they need combos, meaning if you don't land the first move, you get absolutely nothing. No damage, no pressure, no follow-up. With the spring fruit, you actually have to land a stun, pull them in, chain abilities, time everything right, and if you mess up one part of the combo, it drops, and now you're the one being punished. That takes skill, and it's the opposite of spam. But spam fruits work differently. Their moves don't need combos. Let's take something like the Kitsune fruit. Yes, I know you can combo with that, but you don't need to. It's not like you're required to, like something like the spring fruit. If you could press one move by itself and it's already enough, maybe it does big damage, you know, maybe it knocks the player back or keeps them in place, or maybe it covers a huge area. Either way, you're getting value without a setup. You didn't combo them, but you still pressured them. And when a fruit has multiple moves like that, players can just keep throwing them out over and over and over again. That's where the spam starts. So the easiest way to remember this, if a fruit needs combos to be effective, it's not spammy. However, if a fruit could just throw out its moves randomly and still get damage or pressure, that's standalone value. And the higher the standalone value is, the more spammy the fruit feels. Now, another thing that makes a fruit feel spammy is how hard the moves are to avoid, because not all Blox Fruits attacks are built the same. Some moves are very precise, you know, you have to aim them, time them, predict movement, stuff like that, right? If you miss, that's on you. But other fruits have moves that are way more forgiving. You know, we're talking about attacks that cover huge areas, track players, last a longer time, or hit multiple times, so even if a player doesn't aim perfectly, they still connect. From the opponent's perspective, it feels unfair because you're dodging correctly, but you're still getting clipped anyway. Maybe the hitbox is wide, maybe the moves linger, or maybe it even explodes bigger than expected. Either way, it lowers the precision needed to land moves. And that's where spam comes in, because the moves are hard to avoid, players don't need perfect timing or aim, they can literally just keep throwing out abilities until something connects. So the easier a fruit's moves are to land, the more spammy it feels to fight against. Not because it's overpowered, but because it removes the need for precision. And when precision gets removed from fights, that's when players start feeling overwhelmed, because now it's not about whose aim is better, it's literally just your opponent mindlessly pressing buttons hoping to hit something. Now, another thing that can make a fruit feel really spammy is how much it interrupts you. So we're talking about moves like, I don't know, let's use the lightning fruit for example. It stuns you, locks you in place, knocks you down, or cancels anything that you were doing. So even if the damage wasn't that crazy, which lightning damage is completely broken, I don't know how they like not nerfed it yet, but even if the damage isn't crazy, the control they have of the fight is. Now, a lot of people might be saying, oh, how is that crazy? A lot of fruits do stun you, which that is true. However, the lightning fruit is different because like all of the moves stun except like the Z move, and all of the lightning moves are AoE too, so you don't even have to get like crazy close to them. You can literally just pop the X move and then start a combo, pop the C move, start a combo, pop the V move and get a combo. It's ridiculous. And another thing that people might say is, oh, the dough fruit, you know, that has a bunch of combo starters. I wouldn't consider that the same thing as light. For starters, the C move on it is not AoE at all, meaning you have to literally track down your opponent in order to hit it, and any damage that you take in the C move, it's just going to interrupt it and you're probably going to get punished. And Dough's V move is pretty good, however it doesn't stand a chance against lightning's V move. But like I was saying before, if one fruit can keep interrupting you, you know, you're stuck dodging, you keep getting stunned, and you try to make your own offense just to get hit again, it's annoying, and people will consider that as spam. Now, this is where the conversation usually gets heated, because whenever you're talking about a spam fruit, people usually assume that you're saying that it takes no skill to use it. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm actually saying is they lower the skill floor. Some people might think that's not a difference, but it actually is. Combo fruits reward mastery, right? A really good player will get way more value out of a skilled fruit than an average player, because combos take timing, aim, and execution, but spam fruits just compress that gap. Even a mid-level player, like, I don't know, a 3 million bounty person, they can still apply heavy pressure because the fruit itself is doing all the work. With a spam fruit, you don't need perfect setups, You don't need frame perfect timing, you just need to keep your opponent overwhelmed. And that's why spam fruits are so popular in PvP. They're easy to use effectively. Now let's be honest, a lot of the time when the word spam gets thrown out, it's emotional and they're just upset that they lost. I don't know, somebody gets hit with the V move from lightning and they just instantly call it spam. But if we were actually to break it down, there's usually more going on. Maybe the fruits just have high standalone value, or I don't know, maybe the moves are just hard to avoid, maybe it has strong stun control, or maybe the player just got outplayed. Because high damage alone doesn't make something spam. A fruit can hit insanely hard but still requires combos to set up and land. Spam is about how easy it is to apply pressure repeatedly, not about how much damage each move does. That's a huge difference people overlook. So putting it all together, when you combine everything we talked about, a fruit starts feeling spammy when it has multiple of these traits. Moves that don't need any combos, attacks that are hard to avoid, high standalone value, strong stuns, or constant pressure with little downtime. And when all those stack together, that's why players are starting to call some of these fruits spam. So like I was saying earlier, yes, some of these people can be salty, and that's probably a majority of people who call fruit spam. You know, they're just mad that they lost. But this video should help you out in figuring out what really is spam and what isn't. That's really all I had for this video. Didn't want to make it too long, didn't want to make it too short. However, this isn't the end of the video. I still have to announce the previous giveaway winners from the last video. Alright guys, so this is the giveaway for the last video. I told everybody, if you watch towards the end, if you put I want the dark fruit, I will be giving away a permanent dark to one lucky winner. And if you don't see your name on here, that probably means that you put it after I checked, which is unfortunate. Also, if you don't see your name, you probably didn't do what I asked in the video. So yeah, let's get into the spin. Okay, let's see who it is. Let's see who it is. Who is it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? Oh, is it red? No, it looks like it's going to be Rainy Davy. Yeah, so congratulations. Let me show the process of me actually buying it, just so y'all think it's not fake. All right guys, so you see we're on the fruit page, we're going into the gift, going to global, and we're typing his username is. I don't want to see any comments talking about, oh, this is fake, you're not actually giving it. It's in 4K footage right here. As you see, I'm buying it. You can see my Robux go down. Yeah, so that's the proof. But that pretty much is the end of the video. You know, if you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, you know, do all those things. And also, I want to get your opinion on what type of videos as I upload next, because I do like these informative videos where I tell y'all about things like, I don't know, I can make another video talking about the exploiters if y'all want that, or I don't know, maybe y'all want gameplay type videos. Maybe you want to see me doing some PvP or something like that. It's up to y'all really. I'm not too sure what I should do next. Leave a comment, let me know. And yeah, and for the people who stayed to the end of the video, I will be giving away a permanent ice fruit. I heard there's some type of mutations or something like that going on with the ice and the dough fruit. I don't know how true those rumors are or not, or I don't even know if they're rumors or not. They may be confirmed. But yeah, I will be giving away a permanent ice fruit. Leave a like if you enjoy it, and the next video I make is probably going to be on the Valentine's update, so stay tuned for that.